What's going on, guys? Talking about an overnight swing that I made last night on UNIT. I talked about it yesterday morning on the channel. I posted the Gapper list and I said keep an eye on Unit. And I'm going to talk about the trade, the overnight swing, everything that's going down with this trade here in a second, and why I took the trade and all that fun stuff. So make sure you stay tuned. All right, what's going on, guys? It's Wednesday morning, and I was planning on live streaming this morning, but I've ended up having to go to a meeting. Sometimes you got to go do things you don't want to do so you can keep doing things that you want to do, I guess is what my dad always said. It's not always exactly how you want it. But let's talk about UNIT, why this was a swing, why I thought it was a good idea to swing this stock overnight. So the news came out about this company. The actual news wasn't based just on UNIT. But this really wasn't like a fundamental play. This wasn't like, oh, I'm going to trade this fundamentals. This was more so I'm going to trade this because of the chart setup and what I was seeing. Friday after hours, the stock went from $20 down here to $13. It bounced back. Yesterday morning, I actually was hoping to short it here at the $13 area. I was looking for a little bit of a pop above $13, pop back up there, kind of a trap. Looking for that kind of, I would have liked $14 would have been sweet, kind of fill that gap right there. A little bit of a gap here. And was looking for the sell-off then. But you can see it went from $13 down there to $10.80, was $10.71 on the low there at open, and then bounced right back from $10.71 up there to $13.30, and then kind of got stuck, pulled back, got overextended there on the 5-minute chart. You can see it got overextended, after this big move, which was pretty typical for this type of move, going from 1070 to 1170, 1150 to 1245, and then all the way up here to 1330. And then after that, we kind of pulled back again. We kind of pulled back here. And basically what I was looking to see if this would hold above this low pre-market, which was 1070, which it ended up doing. So we ended up getting down here to the 1120 area, holding that 1120, kind of getting a little bit of a support forming there, kind of bouncing, I think, kind of off of that consolidation from earlier in the day. So we got that pullback down there to the 1120s. We bounced back up here, and basically my goal was that seeing how overextended this was again to the downside, just all this action to the downside, was thinking we probably get a bounce, and we ended up getting a bounce from the 1120 all the way back up here to 1280 in the close. I had more shares. I ended up taking profit yesterday, some of those shares, but I got 1,300 shares left. And today I'm looking to see if we can't push back above $13. So that was kind of my overall plan. You can see on the 5-minute chart how this just overall, you can see on the 5-minute chart how this held that 1120 area and then just rallied basically all the way into close. And then after hours, closed pretty strong as well. So I felt pretty good overall about the trade. I already took profit on it yesterday, so I took profit on it. I was still in the green. I would hold this overnight with the idea this could push back above $13 and kind of lock in that final profit there above $13. If we really get some action today, if this really starts to squeeze, if it wants to bounce back, I think $14 is a possibility. Obviously, we need to hold. If this can't hold that 1250 area, this could just start to fall back down and test that 1120 area again. So that's kind of my game plan right now. I'm going to make this video before I realize the profits, but right now, unrealized, I'm up $1,400, and we're going to see kind of where this goes. I'm going to put my stop kind of at that 1250 area and monitor it on the road on my phone, because basically at this point, my average cost is $11.50. So there's a lot of wiggle room here for me, and I feel pretty good as long as this holds above that 1250 area pre-market. We hold above 1250. I think there's a good possibility that we push above $13. If we can't get above that $13, this could, obviously pull back and then try to break through that 1250. Just all depends on, certain things. If certain news comes out, if any bad news comes out, any downgrades, we're going to kind of see how that works out this morning. It's only 7:52 in the morning. I've got a meeting at 9 a.m. I got to get to. So I'm going to get this wrapped up here, this video, talking about this overnight swing here on UNIT. Yes, I do swing trade sometimes. Yes, I do hold stocks overnight when the opportunity arises. After a 40% drop, it was down like 45% at one point. We bounced back above that $13. So showing, some shorts getting squeezed, some action there. And then kind of after seeing that we made that higher low there at the 1120s and kind of pushed back, I was thinking there was a good chance that we would rally into close, kind of getting more short squeeze, knowing that more shorts are probably piling in there after this move, after seeing how this kind of got denied there. More shorts piling in, and then kind of a squeeze, some more shorts trying to pile in, more squeeze up there to almost $13 before close. And then now kind of seeing if we can't get a move above $13 and possibly up there to $14 today. And like I said, my stop right now is kind of watching that 1250 area. I want to see this 1250 area hold. You can see that 1269. There's some support going on there. 1269, 1270. Volume still low right now, 12,000 shares. So not a ton of volume in terms of action this morning on this stock. And then really nothing else looking that hot right now anyways. So kind of happy that I did take this trade overnight and kind of holding it now and looking to take some profit. So when the opportunity arises, when I'm deep in a position like this, when I've got plenty of wiggle room in terms of my entry, I probably wouldn't have held this stock. Let's say if I would have bought there at $12 and I only had a 50-cent wiggle room there in terms of getting out for a loss, getting out, kind of stopping out there. If I only had 50 cents there, I would have ended up just taking all of it into close. But since I had a full dollar, really, or more than $1 in wiggle room there in terms of getting stopped out for a loss, I felt okay with holding it overnight after seeing how we kind of made that higher low there at 1120 and kind of bounced back into close. So I'm thinking that, like I said, there's a good chance of a little bit of a short squeeze today. Really possibility of pushing up there to $14. I wouldn't say it's impossible. Obviously, anything's possible when it comes to these types of stocks. If some more news comes out and it wants to drop, that could happen as well. But my game plan, like I said, is basically at this point just going to lock down my profit there at 1250. If it pulls back down there and breaks through 1250, worst case scenario on this trade, I think I get out maybe 1225, maybe 1230 area if this can't hold 1250 and we get some slippage. But that's kind of my plan right now. You can see overall the big gap down there from the $20 area down there to 1120, getting the bounce back here off of that 1120 area back up there to 12, and now we're kind of just waiting to see if we can push above that $13 and then kind of up to that $13.30, possibly $14 today on UNIT. Remember, there's always two outcomes. Obviously, there's always two outcomes. This thing could push to 14 or this thing could crash back down. So that's why I have a plan. That's why I have my stop. That's why I have my target and my overall thought process going into the trade. Having all that laid out, having that idea, seeing how this reacted earlier in the day when it bounced from 1075 back up there to 13 and then kind of just slowly fell back down. We had this, maybe it's not slowly, but it's just kind of and then bounce back pretty strong. So we're getting some strong bounce backs. Now we just got to see if the buyers are going to step in once again this morning and if they're going to make a nice little green day here. I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm going to head to my meeting, get ready for that, and I will talk to you guys later on. If not, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, Friday. I have a fishing tournament, and then Saturday a fishing tournament, so I won't be trading on Friday, and I won't be trading on Saturday, obviously, but I am getting a new futures broker. I'm kind of moving stuff around. I know you saw some videos of me trading futures recently, but I ended up kind of working out a new deal with a different futures broker, and I'm going to be talking about that soon. So make sure you stay tuned and hit that subscribe button, all that fun stuff. Let's go.